Embarking on the Christian journey is like diving into a profound ocean of meditation and reflection, where our love for the divine deepens with each revelation. The Bible, a tapestry of wisdom, history, and poetic beauty, constantly points us to Jesus and the divine mystery of God in human form. Within its pages, even the briefest sentences carry immense weight. Take, for instance, the Genesis account of Adam and Eve. After their fall, God banishes them from Eden, but first clothes them in garments made of skin. What appears to be a minor detail is in fact a profound declaration with significant ramifications. What is the deeper meaning behind this act, and how does it foreshadow the coming of Jesus, God in the flesh? Prepare to explore the rich layers of this narrative, uncovering its intricate links to the ultimate act of sacrificial atonement. In the opening chapters of Genesis, God places Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, entrusting them with stewardship of his creation. However, their residence comes with a crucial caveat. You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you mustn't eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat from it, you will certainly die. The message is unmistakable. Eating from the forbidden tree means certain death. This straightforward command offers one of the earliest definitions of sin. Violating this divine law incurs punishment, setting the stage for a cosmic struggle between obedience and free will. Despite the clear command, Adam and Eve did precisely what they were instructed not to do and ate from the forbidden tree, committing the original sin that warranted death. But instead of unleashing deadly justice that would have ended human history before it even began, God chose to extend mercy over judgment. He postponed Adam and Eve's demise. Now here's the divine conundrum. By forgiving Adam and Eve, God appears to contradict his own promise. The Bible tells us that God is not human that he should lie, and not a human being that he should change his mind. How can God be both just and true to his word, while also embodying mercy, compassion, and love? The narrative of Genesis seems to suggest at first that the guarantee of pain, suffering, and eventual demise imposed on Adam and Eve fulfills God's promise of death for their disobedience. Yet, there's an overlooked twist. Death had already cast its shadow in the Garden of Eden before Adam and Eve were expelled. As mentioned earlier, the Lord God made garments of skin for Adam and his wife and clothed them. What are these garments of skin, you may ask, and where did they come from? Adam and his wife were the only people in the garden, so the only source for such skins would be animals. If God made clothing from animal hides, it implies that an animal had to die. And here's a critical turn in the story. The cost of sin is death. There's no escaping it. But God spared Adam and Eve by substituting an animal's life for theirs. Instead of facing immediate death, a substitute perished, allowing their lives to continue. Have you ever wondered why the Old Testament is saturated with animal sacrifices? This ritual echoes the mercy and justice first revealed with Adam and Eve and highlights the ongoing need for atonement. Yet, the life of an animal falls woefully short of substituting a human life or addressing the vast scale of humanity's sins. This sacrificial act sets the stage for a deeper truth, casting a shadow over a grander narrative. It's starting to become obvious who these early events are pointing to, although we're leaping ahead in the story. Let's delve deeper. The Old Testament's principle of an eye for an eye underscores that only a life can atone for a life. Clearly, an animal's life is not suited to bear such a burden. Even a sinless human, while invaluable, can only match the value of another human life. So why not a life of an angel, you may ask? Surely, they're superior to humans, and their sacrifice can atone for the human sin, right? Could one angel's life outweigh all human lives combined? If an angel's sacrifice could cover every human sin, it would practically elevate them to divine status. Ultimately, only God has the infinite worth to cover all human sins without running out of resources. But here's the catch. The debt is human, and therefore calls for a human's death. God is spirit by nature, so how can he settle a human debt when his divine nature transcends physical existence and he cannot die? The resolution to this divine paradox is found in the incredible reality of God becoming human in the form of Jesus Christ. In Christianity, this transformative act bridges the gap between divine perfection and human need. Jesus embodies the perfect union of the divine and human, making sense of sacrificial atonement and reconciling infinite worth with human sin. Through his life and sacrifice, Jesus fulfills the demands of justice while extending unparalleled grace, revealing how divine justice and mercy converge in a single redemptive act.